Hey everyone, it's David here with your Flagstaff market update for December 2024. And I wanted to kind of figure out what is different between what we're dealing with right now compared to last year, because everything in 2023 and 2024 has felt pretty similar from when it comes to housing market. So we're looking at numbers now year over year compared to this time last year. And what I'm noticing is that while we've had a similar amount of sales nationally throughout the year and not too much difference here locally either, um, what's the difference in the activity? And buyers, I can tell, are in the last 2 months, we're seeing that buyers are more active in the market. There are more homes closing, more homes under contract, and more people shopping at this time this year than we saw previously. So with that, I wanted to also look at inventory, because last year we had a little bit less inventory than we've been dealing with this year. Inventory climbed into the summer where we peaked at around 300 active listings that people could go out and shop for that didn't have a contract on it. And that stayed very similar. So there was a similar amount of buyers and sellers that were working through that main selling season. But now that we're coming out of that selling season, we've had 2 solid months of data showing us that, yes, we had the normal seasonal decline in sellers, but there were still more buyers hanging around. I think there's more buyers that didn't find what they want during the summer that are still shopping and hoping that comes on the market right now. If we keep seeing inventory depleting because there's more buyers than sellers through what going into even spring, I'm going to argue that we could be under 100 active listings by April-May time period when the market picks up again. And if that happens and we see lower interest rates by then, not dramatically probably, but still a little help, getting down to 6 or 6.25 would be great. And that means the activity in the market next year is going to be awesome. We're probably going to have the best year next year that we've seen in a few years. And I think it's going to be a noticeable difference, even though some market predictors are seeing it's just going to be a small uptick. The other thing to note is that many financial institutions are predicting that the market values nationally will increase between 2 and 4.5% next year. That's a pretty typical estimation from a lot of different people out there, and I'd agree it's going to be somewhere in there. For Flagstaff, I'm going to throw out 3.5% as my guesstimate. No crystal ball, of course, but if we were holding out for interest rates to come down, say into 5 or 5.5, and we lost out on 2 years of equity because we were waiting for that difference in rate, we might lose out on 50,000+ in equity we could have built with a moderate increase in market value over the next couple years. So there's dramatic differences in your cost to waiting than what you might assume, because we're so focused on what your monthly payment's going to be and not what our goal is 5 years from now. And so if we look at it from a long-term perspective, and we have models to show this to you very easily if you want to talk to us about it, we can show you what a cost of waiting is going to be in your situation. If you're shopping at $500, $750, $1 million, right, and you're financing a portion of your purchase, and we know that interest rate is affecting your decision, then talk to us, because we want to show you, based on your prediction of what the market's going to do, how much you might be leaving on the table by waiting. All right, well, that wraps it up. I think you're going to notice that good activity for the slower part of the year. Definitely some uptick come January, and a really awesome active market here in Flagstaff next year. I think it's going to be by far the best year we've seen in a few years, and we want you to be prepared for that. So let's have the conversations now so we know how to strategize and tackle the market that we have coming. All right, thanks.